Good evening everyone, welcome to my new channel, and today I'm going to be talking about UK and its decision to send a 3 billion warship to China. Okay, so this is the article I saw today. Basically, Royal Navy, the British Royal Navy are sending the brand new warship. It cost them 3 billion, the HMS Queen Elizabeth, and they're going to send it around China and the South China Seas. And this is obviously a message to China. As you can see, China is not very happy. China says, I think China mentioned, it threatens military response if UK warships go anywhere near disputed islands. So here are my thoughts really. UK is not a superpower anymore, and they've not been a superpower for ages. And they're like a little mouse compared to China at the moment. And China, this is the year of the ox, and China, is showing a lot of strength this year. And then they're getting stronger and stronger every year. And you've got this little mouse, England, who think they're still a superpower, still powerful. And they think they can go around sending warships all the way to China and to try and piss China off. Without America, trust me, UK would do jack shit. I mean, can you believe this shit? I mean, UK sending warships to fight China. China will easily destroy these warships with their hypersonic missiles, or it's like a little mouse threatening a dragon, really. And I'm quite pissed off about this because a lot of you may realize the history. British people have done a lot of bad stuff to Chinese people, over the last 100-200 years, and there's been a century of humiliation for China. And I mean, I've spoken about this in my other videos, but there was 2 opium wars. The first opium war fought in 1839 to 1942 between the Qing dynasty and Great Britain. And the second opium war was between 1856 and 1860, and that was joined by Britain and France. And in the second opium war, what Britain did, they obviously took Hong Kong away from China, started sending opium through China's borders, got Chinese people hooked on opium, literally, made they had 100-year humiliation because of this dark times in their past. And one of the worst things that Britain has done, actually, in the second opium war, they destroyed the Summer Palace, and the Summer Palace is an amazing palace that Beijing had, and they marched all the way to Beijing, and you can see from this picture the beautiful palace, the Summer Palace. They razed it to the ground, and look at it today. They literally razed it. It was burning for 3 whole days. They literally razed it to the ground. They looted all the antiques, treasures, and they sold it all around the world, and it's in museums all around the world. Some private collectors have got it, and it's absolutely ridiculous. These are treasures of China, and the British looted it, destroyed their palace, and still to this day there's no apology. There's no sorry from UK for their past atrocities. They've done it. I'm quite shameful myself. I'm from England, and I'm quite shameful of Britain's history, really. And at least the best they can do is to apologise and try and make things right. Not bloody send warships, to China. And basically what this means is, you're sending warships to China. What this means is you haven't changed from the last colonial 200 years ago, when you were colonial and trying to humiliate China and stuff like that. England hasn't changed, and England's still doing the same thing. The only difference between now and then is China is not a mouse. China is now the dragon, and UK is the mouse, you know. So if UK thinks they can beat China, or they can scare them, or you know, or humiliate them, they got another thing coming. You know, China could destroy, you know, England in a day. You know, that's how stupid and naive the English are. And England, you know, England is doing so badly at the moment with the economy, and they need China. They need, you know, they need trade deals, not bloody start, you know, warmongering and thinking they're still an empire when they're not. And I'm quite, you know, shameful of England's past, to be honest. And I wanted to kind of just talk about that. And I see all these articles about China's stolen cultural relics being sold all over the world, and there's all these private collectors who are not giving it back, and it's still in 47 museums around the world. You know, there's still a lot of these, you know, ancient relics and history, and the Chinese people, you know, they don't want to be humiliated again, and all England is doing is just trying to humiliate China over and over again. And England hasn't changed, and the only thing that has changed is they're not a great military power anymore. You know, they're not going to come to China and destroy China like they did in the past. It's just going to be the other way around. China has got, you know, a much bigger economy. It's got much better military. It would literally destroy UK, and they would probably deserve it, to be honest. And I hope they do, and I hope England, you know, basically goes to one of these disputed islands, or goes through the Taiwan Strait and tries to dare China to do something, and I hope China does. And I think last time England tried to humiliate China, I think they had a war boat going through the Yangtze River, and I think the Chinese sank that boat, and it was quite funny actually. And Britain did not retaliate because they couldn't, because at that point China was a rising power, and Britain was absolutely humiliated, and rightly so. And I think the same should happen now if Britain tries to do anything. And it's actions like this that, you know, would cause a war, really. And it's these stupid, you know, countries like UK and Australia, they're warmongering. They're just poodles of America, really. And one wrong thing could start a war. You know, Britain could go through the Taiwanese Strait. You know, maybe a small spark will cause an angry reaction, and they'll start firing at each other and sink the UK's warship. And then America would get involved, Australia would get involved, and suddenly Japan would get involved. All these Americans' allies would get involved. It's just going to cause a domino effect. And all these poodles of America, they're the ones that are starting it. Like Australia's going around, you know, warmongering with China every single day, and Britain is doing the same. And they're like little mouses, really, but they're both little mouses squeaking, and they're just hiding behind America, really, and they got no guts of their own. Without America, they would be nothing. And I think one of these days they're going to be taught a big, massive lesson from China, and I hope it happens soon. But anyway, let me know your thoughts, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care.